That's a common refrain that you'll hear from Calvinists, that by humbling yourself, you could actually boast in your humility, which is an oxymoron. If anybody's boasting in their humility, then they're not humble. And so that's like a pink unicorn. It doesn't exist. Somebody boasting in their own humility has a false humility, and they haven't truly humbled themselves. The prodigal son, once returning home from his pigsty and being restored completely by the Father graciously, he's not going to go around going, "Hey guys, you know what I did? Oh man, I squandered the wealth. Yeah. Man, I'm so awesome. Look at me." No, he's going to go brag about the Father. And Jeremiah says that when you boast in this, that you understand the kindness and goodness of God. So we are to boast in our understanding of his goodness and his kindness and his grace. That's where we have permission to boast. And that's exactly what somebody who humbles themselves and recognizes his grace and mercy in light of in light of the provision he's made through the cross, that we boast in him. And so the Calvinist says that, we would be more prone to boast. Now, I honestly don't think any true born-again believer is going to go around boasting about anything within themselves with regard to salvation. I think both Calvinist and non-Calvinist, if they're truly born again, would not have the nature of a person who would be boastful about their salvation. And so I'm not accusing Calvinist of this, but if I were just being objective and using the same argument against them and saying, okay, Calvinist, if you're going to accuse us of being boasting or, being willing to boast because of our systematic, then couldn't I do the same to you? Because after all, you believe God picked you. You believe that you're chosen one. You could feel elite. I'm not saying you do, Calvinist, but you could. Some of you might. Just like they may not say, "Hey, Eddie, I don't think you're really out there boasting about your salvation," but you could because of your system. Well, I could say the same thing because God picked you, so you must feel elite. God gave you an ability that he doesn't give to most people. He gave you the ability to believe the gospel, but he didn't give Joe Heathen out there that ability. And so, you think about singers, great singers who have this natural talent just to sing like angels. Well, sometimes they become divas and very prideful. Why? God gave them that gift. It's not like they earned that gift. So they become boastful. Why? Because God gave them something that he didn't give to everyone. Well, that's Calvinism. God gives the elect something that he doesn't give to everyone. And so, again, I don't think Calvinist, I didn't, when I was a Calvinist, go around boasting about being chosen. But if you're going to bring in that accusation, then I can do the same thing to your system. I can just say, well, you can be boast-worthy too, because after all, you understand Calvinism and these other people don't. And so maybe you can start feeling pride in that you have a sense of superiority because you understand a doctrine that these other lesser people don't quite get. And I could turn it around on them and say, Calvinist, why are you a Calvinist? And C.S. Lewis never became a Calvinist, as bright as he was. A.W. Tozer rejected Calvinism, as bright as he was. And so many thousands of other scholars throughout Christian history have rejected Calvinism. Are you just a better Christian than they are? Are you smarter? Are you wiser? Are you more intellectualistic? Are you just more humble? I could do the exact same thing to them as they attempt to do to us. But actually, I think the argument sticks better because they're the only ones who actually believe one is better ontologically than someone else because they're regenerated so as to be made into a better person so that they will believe the gospel, whereas the person sitting next to them was not made into a better person. So that's the irony of it. It's kind of projection. It's their own system that actually says that one is better than the other. The elect person's better by regenerative means, by an irresistible work of God's grace. He's made into a better person so that he will certainly believe the gospel. And this person over here is a victim of sorts because he was born in a condition where he can't understand the gospel and he can't believe and he's condemned for reasons beyond his control. If anything, you just feel sorry for that guy. And so if any system believes that one is better than the other, it's actually Calvinism, not provisionism. And so it's just taking the time to explain the logic back to them to help them to understand. I don't think the argument works very well from your perspective when you really begin to think about the details of what your claims are.